team that came out and came back against Philadelphia, and not the team that played against Atlanta the other night, because they have shown that they are capable, when playing inspired, of playing with anybody in the league.
They've got to get to a level of consistency so that they can come out and produce.
Phil, nicely done. Phil with a one-handed
I was saving
catch.
Kim there. Kim didn't look like she knew what she was doing.
Phil,
reaching with two hands for the ball.
Yeah, you one-handed it in that old-time fashion, and ready to throw up one from long range. So the Wizards come out. They'll take the ball first. Steve Buckhantz and Phil Chenier on the WB tonight. Mitch Richmond had a great game against the 76ers. Lopez is open. He takes the jumper and hits it.
Important for Lopez to hit that shot, because so often he's going to be the player that they leave alone, that they double down off of. He hits a few of those shots, and they're not going to be so inclined to leave him.
Eddie Jones. Boy, you think about this team with Alonzo Mourning. And a foul called. And it'll go against Juwan Howard.
A little confusion there between Juwan and Jahidi. And that left Eddie Jones open. Juwan comes over to challenge the shot. But you're right, Steve, getting back to the expectations of this team before the announcement of Alonzo. Boy, I tell you, everybody was looking at this team as a team that's certainly out of the East, but I mean throughout the whole league. Brian Grant, I knew he was a terrific player. Just at Portland, the numbers game, he had the knee injury, went down, and Rasheed Wallace was playing so well he couldn't find him minutes, but this would have been a perfect situation for him.
Richmond, and an offensive foul called, and that's going to be the second on Howard.
Well, when you see that man trailing, it's so enticing to step over and set that pick, but you've got to be still. You've got to let the offensive player run his man off of you. If you get caught moving, you'll pick up the foul. So Juwan now will be seated, and Gerard King comes in to replace him.
Less than a minute gone in the game, and Howard's got 2 fouls.
And Juwan, interesting, Juwan is one that very seldom finds himself in foul trouble.
Juwan has been here a long time today. Of course, the team was here for practice, but he got a chance to see his alma mater play as Michigan took on Maryland in the BB&T Classic. Mason partially blocked. Grant tips it to himself 3 different times and shoots and hits at the buzzer. Boy, I just think about his days in Portland. He is just so aggressive and so good all over the court. Great rebounder.
A tenacious rebounder with just a ferocious passion for getting the ball.
Gerard King, and that's going to be good to see, because if they're going to slough off and double team somebody else, whoever's open has to hit the shot.
Right.
Richmond hounding Eddie Jones, who nearly lost the dribble. Now Grant inside, turns, shoots, and misses. As Jahidi White the rebound.
But Jahidi cannot continue to give up that kind of inside position that you just saw Grant.
Strickland backs up and fires and hits. That's Strickland averaging 14.5 points a game. Looks like he's been shooting more this season.
Yeah, he has. His mid-range perimeter shot has been much improved from last year. He seems to be shooting with a lot of confidence.
Hardaway, who is the 3rd leading scorer on this team now at 16.6 per game. That was a 2-point field goal. Lopez open, now takes the jumper and hits 2 in a row.
Good job. Boy, his drive to the basket forced someone to, I think that was Mason, to drop down and help out, and then he wisely pulled back out and hit the jumper.
Wizards have made all 4 of their field goals, off to a hot start. Hardaway again, this time for 3, has it. Tim Hardaway, his 37th three-pointer on the season in 98 attempts. That's 37%, a little better.
Well, this is a team that will put the threes up there. Eddie Jones, Hardaway, and even Bowen.
Richmond, he'll put a 3 up and hit it. 3-pointer for the Rock, Mitch Richmond, the 4th all-time leading 3-point scorer in NBA history. That's his 23rd of the season in 55 attempts, about 41%. Grant fouled from behind, and let's see who gets it. On Jahidi White, his first personal.
That's going to be a real difficult matchup for Jahidi.
Wizards by 1. They've led by 3. And Richmond tries the middle to King. He lost it, gets it over to Lopez, and he's hit 3 in a row.
Good job. It'll be interesting to see now how the defense of Miami will start to adjust. He's made 3 straight shots.
Jones, his first shot is a beauty.
Boy, tough big hit by Richmond ran into Anthony Mason.
Eddie Jones at 18.4 points a game.
I'll tell you the other important thing to keep Eddie Jones busy. He's the league leader in steals, so if you can force him to stay with one defender.
Richmond bothered by Bruce Bowen. 3 to shoot. King on the fadeaway. How about that?
I tell you, I didn't like the idea of Rod giving that ball up. It certainly worked, but we talked about that before, passing the ball with 2 or 3 seconds on the shot clock.
The Wizards have yet to miss in the quarter. They are 7 for 7. Hardaway again, this one's off the mark, and he got fouled, and they'll give him 3 shots.
Whoa, 4.
4, 5, at this point, I don't know how many they're giving him. 3, though, tonight.
Well, I woke up about 12:30 this morning. What were you doing?
Been down here since 10:30.
Hey, he gets it right on the elbow, just barely.
Tonight.
That's true.
Wizards will be in Detroit tomorrow night. Game you'll see on Home Team Sports. Strickland double team now. Kicks it out to Lopez off the glass. That's a forced shot. No good. Technical foul on Leonard Hamilton, and I believe that's his first technical of his NBA career. I'm just listening to the conversation Leonard Hamilton is having with Terry Durham. He said it's the same bump Juwan Howard got. Offensive foul called on Brian Grant. Wizards will get the ball back.
A lot of talking going on in front of us.
That's good. Well, we had that, Phil, as Richmond comes off the screen, no good. White tips it away, and a loose ball foul, and that'll be number 2 on Jahidi White.
I think just like you want players to get to a consistent level, I think the calls need to be a little closer. You had a couple of very light fouls. Jahidi coming from behind, but really using his jumping ability to tap the ball back.
I'll tell you what, if this were the St. John's GW game that I just did, these guys wouldn't even have thought about blowing the whistle. Are you kidding me? I guarantee you.
It's pretty physical at home.
Physical.
But of course, I was laying on my sofa watching the game.
I was waiting for Vince McMahon to show up. That thing was WWF all the way. This game so far has been child's play compared to that. Jahidi gets the rebound. Up strong. No call. Lost the ball. It's on the floor. And what's the call now? Wizards ball. They'll say that Bruce Bowen kicked it. So Washington will get it on the side. That's Leonard Hamilton and Ted Bernhardt. Bernhardt is the official that just awarded Leonard his first technical of his pro career. And getting an explanation from Ted. Heat have their first lead of the game. Gerard King forced to shoot and has nothing but net.
He and Felipe have been 2 surprises early on. They both hit their perimeter shots.
And King has made all 3 of his. The Wizards started 7 for 7, but they're 1 of 5 since then. And King is called for a foul. Miami ball on the side. Steve Buckhantz, Phil Chenier, our entire WB50 and HTS broadcast crew on hand tonight. And we want to take just a moment, too, to wish our best to our pal Marty Aronoff, who is a little bit under the weather. Marty normally here and not feeling too well. And so if Marty's watching, we certainly want to say get well soon and see you back here.
Well, this is one area of their game that has been strong all year. They're number 2 in free throw shooting, so you don't want to start putting these guys on the free throw line, but that's what they'll be doing.
Strickland,
nice move.
And he'll go to the line.
Okay.
Starting a new nickname for him.
I guess so.
Green has
say it started here too.
Sure, why not? Wide open is AC down low. AC Green, who last missed a game November 18th, 1986, when he played with the Lakers.
Boy.
Isn't that unbelievable?
Incredible.
He actually played with the Lakers last year in all 82 games. And then this team signed him recently. The Wizards lose the ball. Terry Durham didn't see it. Bernhardt says it'll be white ball.
You can see Michael Smith and Mitch just trying to make sure they're on the same page. I thought Mike should have handled that pass by Mitch, but couldn't. But it's still Washington ball.
Wizards trying to snap a 2-game losing streak to Atlanta and Philadelphia. Michael Smith in the contest. Shot clock down to 3. Lopez is going to have to fire, and does, and misses everything. Turnover Washington. Wizards 4 and 12 overall, 2 and 6 here at home. In Toronto, or Detroit rather, tomorrow night. Then they'll be back here Wednesday to face the LA Clippers before heading out to Minnesota and Milwaukee next week. Nice pass. Mason backs in on King, and now Jones for 3. Loose ball foul. It'll be on Bruce Bowen.
Fouls on Miami number 12, Bruce Bowen. First personal foul.
Second on Bowen. 4:15 to go, first quarter, and Washington within 1. Richmond working hard on Bowen, goes all the way, draws the contact, and Mitch really got hit hard.
He got hit by Anthony Mason, and he was stretched out, so you really have the midsection exposed. Let's hope it's not the ribs.
Well, from the line, he just looks real comfortable up there right now. And Rod Strickland does as well, shooting way above his normal average at almost 83% from the charity stripe. Eddie Jones, good defense.
Yeah, stayed down.
Mason, the short jumper, got the roll.
Now Mason's a left-handed player, but you saw him turn into the middle and then use the right hand and completely caught Gerard King off guard.
Richmond knocked away nicely by Bowen, and the Wizards turn it over. Miami by 1, and timeout taken by Pat Riley and crew. Excluding the 50-game season, which was the lockout season, his only team not to win 50 was his first year in Miami, 95-96, when they went 42 and 40.
It's an amazing stat. Plus, you figure the fact he's been with 3 different teams, several changing personnel, so he's always been successful.
And the only person ever to be named NBA Coach of the Year with 3 different teams, the Heat, the Knicks, and the Lakers. In and out.
And a little bit of hesitation on Mitch's shot. I think that kind of took him off his stride.
Mason now has Michael Smith on it. And traveled before the shot went up.
That was good defense. He held his ground. If it wasn't traveling, it very easily could have been a charge. He moved into Mike Smith to create the contact.
Anthony Carter checks into the Miami lineup. And the Wizards will get Chris Whitney in. Again, Richmond with the smaller Carter on him now. Fadeaway cross court for Hamilton. Strickland penetrates off the glass. Can't quite get through. Tip up and in.
I think that was Gerard King.
Looked like it. 8 points
to hands up there.
9th lead change in the game as the Wizards regain the margin by 1. For King swiping at the ball and committing a foul. I believe that's the second on Gerard King. Take another look at the tip in.
Well, he had this tip in. I guess he just felt he had a feel for the ball. Was that he or Mike? Was it Michael Smith?
Steve Garvey, 12:07. The only other player in a sport other than baseball is hockey. Doug Jarvis played in 964 straight games with the Canadiens, the Caps, and the Whalers.
This is where Mason is so effective. He's patient with his shot, but he passes well out of the double team, even though one of the...
Mason makes 1 of 2. Whitney nearly threw it away. Richard Hamilton. Cross court for Richmond. He's open for the jumper, and he nails it.
Well, they were some dangerous passes, but they were all completed, and then they pushed it up and made themselves a fast break basket.
Jones around the Mason screen. Back to Mason for the open jumper. That's partially blocked by King. And they reset to 24. 20 on the shot clock, 30 on the game clock.
Actually, that was Calvin Booth. He came from nowhere and got a piece of that.
Mason in the paint. Carter lays it off Mason. Now back to Bowen. Air ball. Carter lays it up and in.
Up until that point, they were playing some very good defense. They were challenging shots, forcing them to make the extra pass. Someone failed to box out underneath.
Wizards to play for 1. Whitney drives off the glass. No, gets the tip up and misses the shot at the buzzer. Well, the biggest lead by either team was only 3 points. In post, telling Steve Weiss that he is shouldering much of the responsibility and the blame for the team not coming out and being as intense in some games as they are in others. He says he needs to find a way to keep this team focused every game.
Yeah, and I think everybody on the team has to feel that same way, not just the coach, and I'm sure the players do accept some of the responsibility.
Well, they have to.
Yeah.
Booth knocked it out of bounds, saved by Hamilton, but picked off by Carter. Grant lost it out of bounds, and they give it right back to Washington. Strickland will get in the game. After a couple of losses, a tough loss in Philadelphia the other night, where he battled back from 16 down. Nesby's first jumper misses everything. 6 straight misses for the Wizards. That was perhaps an ill-advised shot. He was on the run, and I'd like to see him. He's a pretty good offensive player.
Well, evidently, you know, we talked to Rip a little bit before the game. They both played on the international team over in Japan, and Rip was saying the guy has a lot of talent, can do a lot of things out there on the floor, a natural 3-position player.
Was able to work out with the team. Strickland will take the jumper, a little short. King trying to battle Grant, but can't do it. Miami by 1. Grant inside, easy slam.
Got to rotate that defense and seal off those avenues to the basket. Wasn't done that time.
Heat on a 6-0 run in the last 3:20. Richmond, very tough fadeaway from almost behind the backboard.
You're right, a very tough jumper.
Good, clean.
Trying to get it into Mason. They do with Howard on him now. And another running right-handed
elbow, very cautiously kind of
the left elbow
around the left elbow, reaching around Juwan. Not really aggressively, but still allowing him some leverage.
Yeah, enough to get him out of the way just momentarily. He did that the first time he shot the ball too. Bad pass. And what is the call by Ted Bernhardt? I think they're calling something on Tyrone Nesby. His first personal foul and his first personal foul.
That's right. I think you're a little bit sharper after you.
Might be. I'm so delirious, I'm sharp. We had a good time this afternoon. Great tournament that BB&T puts on here with Bob Pincus, who's the regional president of BB&T Bank. First game was Maryland beating Michigan rather easily. Second game was a slugfest where Mike Jarvis returned to face his old team, George Washington, for the first time since he's been at St. John's. And GW and Tom Pender's group upset the Red Storm, ranked 19th in the country, so congratulations to Penders. And they'll play Maryland tomorrow in the championship game, which is always fun.
Yeah, area battle.
Boy, close to 3 seconds as you can get. Nesby the rebound. Miami with a foul to give. You see the time remaining in the half. Strickland will pull up, shoot, and miss. Booth is there, he'll fire and miss. And that's the end of the first half. So the Wizards had a 3-point lead at one time, but just 3 points, the largest lead for Pat Riley's club. 4 years head coach of the Knicks, leading them to the '94 finals, 9 years with LA, winning 4 titles there. Richmond pulls the trigger and cans his third 3-pointer of the game.
Good recognition from Juwan and rifling the pass over the defense, hitting the open man.
Largest lead for either team. 5 points for Washington. And the ball's lost on the ground. Here comes Strickland. Runs the break. And wisely backs out of there with no advantage. An offensive foul. It's on Jahidi White. And on White, that will be his third person.
That's a tough foul to accept that time. You weren't really getting any advantage. I didn't see the contact down low, but that's an unfortunate turnover.
Miami shot 53% in the first quarter. Since then, just 32%. Grant inside. Blocked by White from behind.
Dangerously close to picking up a foul.
Not kidding. Richmond kicks it to Lopez for the long J. Got it!
Good ball movement that time. And he went right into a shot.
8 points for Juwan.
Well, good pressure that time.
And the foul called on Lopez.
Well, just as we've seen when Washington has the ball, when you pick up your dribble out there on the floor and you receive good pressure from the defense, it's very difficult to complete those passes, and that's very close to a turnover for Miami.
White with another piece of that one. That's a block. He's got 4 in the game. Strickland all the way. High off the glass. Oh, Strickland. The Wizard is a magician.
I think Bowen, attempting to block that shot, got a piece of rod in his eye. But he's okay.
Grant shoots and scores.
seen Rod make a couple of spectacular shots.
Strickland turns a little bit short. Pretty good shot for him. Miami nearly throws it away. 10 to shoot. Cross court, Bruce Bowen for 3. Howard and Lopez are there. Bowen has not made a shot from the field, 0 for 5 tonight. Richmond kicks it out to Strickland into the corner for Lopez. A little short. Howard is there with a fresh 24.
That time they got Brian Grant trying to deny Jahidi White movement across the middle. They're calling traveling, I believe, or foul. Oh, let's take another look at this. Brian Grant really trying to challenge for the rebound.
Oh, come on.
I think you can call that. He's trying to gain his position, too. I thought they called it traveling. And it looked like Grant tripped over his leg.
Seen more contact getting off an elevator.
One person getting off the elevator.
One person, right. What's really interesting to me, though, is doing those 2 college games, and especially that second one this afternoon, St. John's and GW. The amount of contact that was allowed in that game and that has not been allowed in this is mind-boggling.
Yeah, and normally it's the other way around.
Exactly, in the pro game. Sign up there says Animal Zone in big, nice letters. We do it because we defensively.
Rod Strickland kept the ball away from Bowen that was trying to block the shot, and then gave it a little reverse spin off the glass.
Largest lead of the game for Washington, 10 points.
That was Rip on his part.
Yeah, well, all 3 of them stepped it up, and Rip got the good steal. Mason.
Gonna get the numbers. What does that percentage work out to be, Steve?
That percentage works out to be 23.
Oh, see, you're sharp.
And I took basketball statistics in college.
Thank you, Brian. You took what?
Basketball statistics 101 at James Madison.
No, you took basket weaving.
I knew it was something with a basket. Not sure what that was. Bowen, who has had a horrible night shooting from the field, gets a couple of free throws to cut the lead to 8. Steve Buckhantz, Phil Chenier, our entire crew from HBS and WB50, Chris Grain producing, John Niehaus directing tonight. Tony Lamarzi is with us as well as the Wizards turn it over. Carter, nice pass, Jones slam.
Not a time to get careless now. That was Juwan trying to get that pass over to Hamilton, but I think he got him a little too late.
4 unanswered points for Miami after the Wizards had a 10-point lead. 10 to shoot, 18 on the game clock. Whitney, quick move, nice move, goes underneath, and Michael Smith lays it in.
Good dish there from Whitney.
Shot clock is off. That's the time remaining in the period. A good rebound, Smith, loose ball foul on AC Green.
Now that's a good play from Michael Smith, and I tell you why, as opposed to relaxing, thinking that the quarter's about to end.
Not, but the Wizards have time. The jumper from Lopez, a little bit off the mark, and the third quarter comes to an end. A productive third quarter for the home team. They open up a 10-point lead, and after 3, Miami's largest lead. They are 9 of 11 in the 4th quarter when it counts. Hardaway a foul on Rip Hamilton.
That's going to be important for Rip these last 5 minutes to get his offensive game going. They've got these 2 small guards out there playing. Actually, Eddie playing at the 3. So put the ball on the floor and kicked it out to Hamilton. Doing some good penetration from that forward position.
Juwan gets bumped, no call, misses everything. Foul. It's on. Takes from the charity stripe and 2 from the floor. That's incredible. They've made their last 9 free throws. King the rebound. The Wizards could take the lead with 2:40 to go. Strickland got it. Washington on an 8-0 run. Hardaway, tough shot, a 3-pointer for Tim Hardaway, who has beaten the Wizards before with his shots. That's his 3rd 3 of the game. Nice pass to King underneath. Got hammered. He'll go to the line. Half-court offense. You're not going to see it much. As much.
Okay. Well, this is an exciting game, so we'll forget the pass.
Okay. Fans on their feet. Wizards down by a lead by 1, rather. Score the basket, and a foul is called. And wait a minute.
No,
hold
basket
on.
didn't go.
No, it didn't. They'll give him 2 shots.
It was a late whistle. I wasn't sure when they made the call. Gerard King's going to step over and get some of that contact.
Couldn't tell from that angle whether he was in the restricted zone or not. But the game is tied at 86. And now Miami leads by 1. 1:50 to go. Wizards built a 10-point lead. They were up 65-55 at one point. 28 lead changes in the game. Howard battling with Mason. Shot clock at 5. He's lost his dribble. Now the Wizards have problems. Strickland, what a shot. 22 points for Rod Strickland. Season high 26 at Boston.
You see him trying to warm his hands up. They should be pretty warm the way he's been shooting.
Hardaway. Oh, my goodness.
They've got to make some adjustments. He's stepping behind that pick. That time Rod had no help from I think that was Juwan Howard.
3 of 3. Hamilton answering.
Boy.
13.
It is getting good.
It is. Game tied at 90. Fans going crazy here at the MCI Center. Sellout crowd. 20,674. Second sellout of the season. Now they double team Hardaway. Oh, Strickland knocked it away. Could have forced a jump ball. Carter. And he's fouled.
Boy, 1 second on the shot clock. They did a good job of jamming Hardaway out top. and that forced them to consume a lot of the time.
Called it on Gerard King, Phil.
Yeah, Hardaway just getting out of there, and you see stubbed his toe on.
That's the 6th personal on Gerard King, and he's out of the game. Michael Smith will come in. But when he stuck the hip out, he sort of missed him, but I think Benny Adams said he got him with a leg.
Well, I was looking for an actual trip, but didn't even see that. The contact was actually with the feet, Steve.
Carter misses the first. Game remains tied with 36.2 seconds to play in regulation. Maybe we will have overtime. Makes 1 of 2. Miami by 1. First of 4 meetings this year. The Heat have won 7 straight over the Wizards. Strickland lost the ball.
They got to give the foul up. They can't let him run the clock down.
Strickland
Bowen was the one they really wanted to foul.
Rod sitting in the expensive seats, mad at himself for losing the ball. That was Washington's only turnover this quarter. And Anthony Mason with his funky free shot. No hesitation. Gives them a 2-point lead with 12.2 seconds.
I mentioned before, excuse me, Steve, that this is the good shooting, free throw shooting team, and that's because Jones, Mason, Carter, and even Grant, they're good free throw shooters. Bowen is the worst one. He had the ball for a split second. They really wanted them to give a foul on Bowen.
Washington needs a 3-pointer. They can go into the backcourt, which they do. Whitney's in the game. Hamilton, that's blocked by Grant, and how appropriate. Miami hangs on for the victory. Wizards built a 10-point lead, lost it, and lose the game as Washington with just 4 field goals in the 4th quarter on 4 of 14, and Miami, the better shooter in the period, 12 of 17.